So, it's another one of those probably gonna get slammed for talking about this, but I think I need to at this point. Again, it confirms the fact that the reason that these this plant medicine that was once used to heal people now seems to, cause addiction problems and causes people to spend all their money and so I had a friend, Colombian friend, growing up that he was a drummer and I played guitar. Kind of hung out with them a lot, his family, Colombians, and I got introduced to the coca plant and the things about it. Now, back then, there's a little bit more, a lot more actually, respect when it came to like buying it from certain people. You get it's good. You use it the way you need to use it. But what I'm finding out now is that there's no respect for the people that are buying the stuff, and that's because it's illegal. Again, if it wasn't illegal, then it could be, you get to choose who to go to and make sure that they're not, it's real stuff. It's real. It's coming from a real source, and it's not something else that people are putting shit into. And what's happened to me a lot is that I've been given stuff that was good at first, and then crappy stuff later on. And as you stay up and you really want to stay up and you really want to do the stuff that I was doing, they'll take anything at that point. And they know that, these people that are selling it, and they sell you garbage, and they sell you stuff that is just, you smoke very fast, you blow through your money, you don't really enjoy that much, but at least it's got a tint of something that keeps you up. So I'm not sure what it is yet. I'm just trying to figure that out. Synthetic stuff, or stuff that's made in, and kind of like the K2, which is kind of the cannabinoids that are made in the laboratory that spray on properly. So people can smoke that if they're not allowed to smoke marijuana. It's kind of the same thing. I think it's just kind of this kind of like thing that's probably made in the laboratory or something, I'm assuming, and it's sold to you. And it's sold to you as something that you're expecting it to be, and it doesn't end up being that. That's what the entire area where this stuff is being sold. That's what they're doing. I'm assuming they're making a lot of money on it, because probably the real stuff costs more money, and more dangerous to sell, and then the fake stuff that they end up selling afterwards or to people. That stuff is probably a lot cheaper. I'm not even sure what it is. It might be some kind of herb, some kind of like, I don't know. It smokes the same way, but it tastes horrible, and it doesn't give you the same feeling. And that's because they want you to smoke it fast and then go back and buy more, right away. Again, this is all products of the process of it being illegal. Weed people that sell weed usually don't do that, and you can't really get away with that because you see it. But this other stuff is just whatever anybody has, and it's just like, it could turn out to be garbage. But since you're there and you need to stay up, excuse me, it does cause that's I'm sorry about that. It causes that sense of staying up, but at the same time, it ruins what you the high. It ruins the, like for me, it's the staying up. Staying up is important because staying up allows me to be able to communicate with my spirit guides. The lack of sleep allows me to connect with a lot of different things. I know people are going, no, how dare you? You need 8 hours sleep. No, you don't. Maybe you do. I don't. Problem is I can't do coffee or that to keep me up. I can't do. It has to be something that keeps me up. And this is the only thing that really does it. Except every person that I've purchased this from in this area doing the same thing. They give me a little bit of good stuff, and then afterwards they just give me crap. And then the same thing the next day, whatever it is, like, and you go searching for real stuff, and then you end up getting crap, no matter what, and then it's just crap everywhere. And then once in a while, you have the real stuff, and oh wow, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden it's just crap again. And this is a product of it being illegal. And that's one of the biggest factors in me spending so much, and you blowing away a lot of my savings on trying to maintain this state, that I get from that one plant. Other things are different, shrooms are different. The other stuff that you can do, plant-based medicine, it's you get it from a certain source. But this is very difficult at this point because of the legality of it, and the consequences of stealing and selling it and stuff like that. It wasn't that way as much when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, and I stopped doing it for a long time. Back to it, it's always pushed me to a certain point, and it's always helped me again in the ability to communicate better with my spirit guides, open communication to my higher self, and open to communication to different things. Again, look at Sigmund Freud and read up on his use of it, because he basically all of the stuff that he did was based on these guides, spirit guides that communicated with him through that plant. But when you're rich, and you got money, you get the source, and it's always good. It's always going to be good, or whatever. He had money. He was a doctor, so when you're poor, you just whatever they have, and whatever. And because of money, the person dealing it is then going to look at it and say, not like, let me try to get this like a shaman would prepare a shamanic experience for ritual for the tribe, and prepare the medicine, and they would take it, and you trust him, because he's not making money off of it. What he's doing is communicating with the spirits. The spirits are telling him, you must give this to the tribe. In this case, no, it's all about money. Everything is about money, because everything is about money. Then you don't know what you're getting. And the people that are giving you stuff, at one point they'll give you something good, and then they'll give you garbage, because they know at that point you need it, and you'll take it, and you'll go around looking for something else after you spend so much. It's not going to happen. So that is the consequences of this. And yeah, today's probably going to be the last time I do this, because that's exactly what happened to me today. I was at a point that I was feeling it. I was feeling and then all of a sudden it was kind of ripped away. Ripped away in such a way that I just at this point and I said one point that I have to stop at one point, but I do. I can't continue doing this. I don't have the money, number one, and number two, it's not going to be good for me. Well, I don't want to be part of the civilization anymore. I don't like anything about it. Nothing. Not one thing about it. I can't think of one thing right now on the top of my head. I can tell you a whole list of things that I dislike about this culture and this civilization. And everyone, don't. It's not just like the American culture and the Italian culture or the Hispanic culture, whatever it is. It's everything. And everything has to do with money, so everything is corrupted, so everything about your civilization is complete garbage. And that's what I'm feeling. And that's not going to change. But now to be again, this happened to me tonight, which has happened to me in the past. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but when it does, it's just I don't know. Am I giving rat poison? Am I smoking rat poison at this point, as opposed to the thing that I actually bought? I wouldn't know, because if whenever they get to that, it burns the same way. It's gonna, and you know, no matter the taste, it's gonna. Oh, why are you complaining about it? Everybody else like, you know. So it's, and I know I'm saying a lot right now. I'm putting it on YouTube, but you know what? Fuck it, I don't give a shit no more. Honestly, I don't give a shit anymore. You know, again, the problem with it is it's illegal. You know, it's not just, you know, and the problem is illegal, and number two, it's because there's money involved. Okay? Because there's money involved, the people that are selling it are always going to try to rip you off somehow. And the easiest way to do it is to give you like, okay, I'll give you Cristal or Dom Perignon, and then I'll sneak in the cheap stuff, whatever that cheap stuff is called. I don't remember. You know, so Dom Perignon, and then one with like a glass of that, and then the rest is the cheap stuff. And then you're gonna have to, and because you're drunk on the one glass of Perignon, you're like, yeah, okay, I keep on drinking this. What is again? You keep on paying the Dom Perignon price for the cheap stuff. You see? That's how they work it, and then they get you. And because of that, and it's been done to so many times, so many people. That's one of the things that also goes along with the lack of trust that I wrote about before. And you know, I'm fine. I mean, so far I'm okay. I mean, maybe one of these days, there's going to give me something that's going to kill me. You know, but that's the unfortunate part of it being illegal still. And I have to go to a place, because no matter what, the illegality of it, it was made illegal because it was used with alcohol, and then used to, I don't know, used for party scene, right? You know, I mean, dancing and whatever else, and in clubs, and people just started using it. I mean, I don't, you know, the illegality of it is like, okay, I mean, but don't you understand that because it is illegal, that process is not continuing? It's in criminal hands. It's being distributed, because you're not going to stop the people from doing it. That's the thing. Yeah. You think you are, but you're not. What you're doing is making it a lot harder for them, and then you're slowly killing them, because you're allowing these people. Okay, so then you erase these people that sell the garbage, whatever. Okay, but then somebody else is going to step in their place. So it's always going to be there. The illegality of it makes it so. But if you just decriminalize it, then like everything is in Portugal, then there's going to be, you know, I can walk into a place and I'm going to know the guy, and it's not about him selling me stuff that's good and garbage afterwards, because he doesn't care about the money. And especially if you take the money out of his, that's all he does. And you know that there's no reason for this person, you know, to give you something that may kill you. Fentanyl is the big one right now. That's the one they're putting into everything. But I think it's just it's in this case, in the case of the coca plant, I believe it's more of a thing that they use something else that they put into it, or they just have a synthetic version of it, and they're selling it for real cheap, and these people are buying it and then reselling that as actually coca, because it does not have the same properties, I can tell. And, you know, so again, this is gonna be a hard one for me to post, because it's gonna really. But again, I'm not admitting to anything other than doing plant medicine. I'm not admitting to anything, but other than the people that are supplying it are basically one way or the other, they're ripping you off, and they're trying to make money off of you. If it was legal, or if it was not legal, but because legal is I don't like marijuana being legal now. If it's decriminalized, then there's no problem with me having a plant and doing it myself, or doing something else, and then timing it perfectly when I need to, and not having to worry about, you know, getting arrested or doing this and doing that. I mean, you know, well, how about people driving with us? Like, well, you let people drive fucking drunk, people, please. And I'm telling you right now, alcohol is a much worse, mind-altering experience. It's much worse. It's much worse. So, but I've had it, right? I'll tell you a quick story though. One of my friends' brothers growing up, he was dealing to this with this person in Arkansas. And he was bringing kilos to Arkansas, and it was supposedly this girl and this guy and a lawyer. They were all involved in buying it and supplying, and distributing it through Arkansas, right? So I used to go. They used to invite me. I was like 16 or something. My friend's brother was like 17 or 18. I think 18. I was like 17, 18, 18. My other friend was the same age as me, 16. My friend, the guy who was dealing it, his brother, he was working as a chef in Manhattan, and he had an apartment in Manhattan, and he was making good money because being a chef. I think he was 19 then. He was 19. Between being a chef and doing this and going to Arkansas and delivering it. So one day they invited us to the apartment in Manhattan, so we went, and there was the person from Arkansas that was purchasing it, right? That was a kind of cool dude. He had like curly hair and it was like a kind of dude, kind of guy, And I actually smoked a joint with him, and I did a couple of lines with him, right? And talking, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's the guy that's the main guy in Arkansas." And then there's a girl, and I met the girl, and she's a little blonde girl. Somehow she was involved. I don't know if it was the guy's girlfriend or no, actually no. The girl was my friend's brother's girlfriend, and she knew this guy from Arkansas. She was actually living here in the States, and there was a lawyer in Arkansas. Those were the three main characters, and my friend's brother. I found out later on, because what happened is that they all got arrested at one point. My friend got arrested. They all got arrested. And I found out later on, the guy that I smoked weed with and did a bump with, in my friend's apartment, was Bill Clinton's brother. Yes, the president's brother. The one that had a drug problem. And we know about that. And yes, he was the one that was buying it. Now, my friend's brother did like about 2 years, I think, in federal prison because of it. The girl, and I think the lawyer might have done a little bit of time, but the girl and Clinton's brother, I forgot his name, whatever his name, Bill Clinton's brother, he's curly hair. Clinton's brother got off because, of course, they didn't want it. Because Clinton was just getting ready to become president, so they didn't want to put anything. They didn't want to mess anything up for him, to become president. I guess he didn't, because nobody really knew about this one. Later on, you find out that his brother did have a drug problem and blah blah. But this specific event that happened with my friend, my Colombian friend's brother, where he ended up doing time for selling it, but the actual distributors in Arkansas, which was his brother, they got off, and the girl got off because she testified, and then the lawyer, I believe, maybe did some time. I'm not sure, but they were the main distributors in Arkansas, and all my friend's brother did was take it and bring it from New York to Arkansas. So, that's kind of like my history with this. It's not, I don't consider it as bad as everybody else does. I don't think most Colombians do. Maybe now because of the puppet regime that the U.S. government put in there. But I don't think most Colombians don't think, or Peruvians maybe don't think it's that bad. But then, but then like everything else, once it becomes illegal, then it becomes something that you can get addicted to really easy, because the illegality of it makes it really hard to get to, and then those people that are giving it to you might be giving you not what you think it is. I said a lot, I know, and it's like I buy Dom Perignon, and I get what's the cheap one? I don't even know what the cheap one. Moet, and then I get the cheap one, whatever the cheap one is. I don't really drink, so. I mean, you're looking for Cristal, you buy Cristal, and then what you get is garbage. It's like sparkling, cider or something. And that's what people are facing with every time they go out there and do it. Unless they know somebody for sure, they're like, But if they think you have money, they can milk you out of money somehow, and they'll do it. They'll do it. So, right, that's the end of my taping. It's probably the end of me doing these for a while, because I'm gonna stop doing everything for a while now and just kind of like just trying to figure things out, because, you know, A, I don't have the money, which is fine, and B, everybody just wants to get me off at this point. You know? Why? Because they can, and because they can make money off of it. You know? So money is the root problem. Right? Money's the root of evil. I'm glad.